Today we have the story of Joe Rogan talking about the Biden aides wanting to get rid of him, or possibly wanting to get rid of him. And by get rid of him, we're talking about, obviously, political. And this is a question I've been asking myself ever since the beginning of this classified documents leak. It's very interesting how we've seen a very, very hard stance against President Donald Trump and his classified documents versus President Biden. And now, not only have we seen it once, twice, but 3 times. It might even be 4. I don't know. It's hard to keep up at this point, where he's had these classified documents in different places. And let's remember that this is then Vice President Joe Biden, not President Trump. And just to remind you that President Trump, as the president, can deem things as classified or unclassified. Vice President, anyone, cannot. So it is a bigger deal if you are vice president. But we always see the media and we see all of these political types and folks like the FBI and others that provide extreme shielding of any possible political danger or damage to Democrats when they're covering the story. But now we're seeing a shift. Why do we think that is? I've got my ideas. And it doesn't look good when I think about that. And that goes into either a possible President Kamala Harris or something possibly even worse with someone else. Who knows? Either way, it's very, very interesting to see this happening. And why? You would think that, it looks to me like he's a pretty good yes man. He's doing a good job as far as going through the liberal agenda. That seems to be something he's pretty good at. So why they would get rid of him? Maybe it's the gaffes. Maybe it's the fact that they don't think they could do this much longer, being able to keep him stringing sentences together for more than 30 seconds that are actually coherent. So I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but it is very, very interesting. Here in Newsweek, Joe Rogan says Biden aides trying to get rid of him amid document scandal. Joe Rogan thinks Joe Biden's aides wants him out of the White House as a result of the recent classified document scandal. The president is facing backlash over allegations he may have misplaced or mishandled multiple classified documents while he was vice president, with new and confirmed reports that he kept papers in his garage. Now, it was during a recent episode of Joe Rogan, he was talking about that, and I watched a little bit of that clip, and I find it interesting myself to see this difference that we're seeing, this shift in no longer protecting him as much as they have. I would love to believe, I would absolutely love to believe that we're seeing a paradigm shift in regards to the media, in regards to those in government, where they're actually going to be honest, where they're actually going to be unbiased. But no, we know that's not the case. I would love for that to be the case. I would also love world peace and the end of cancer, but I don't know if any of those things are going to happen today. I would love for that to happen. Now, Rogan admits that he doesn't know jack squat about politics, but he said, if I had to guess, they're trying to get rid of him. If all of a sudden his own aides are sending these instead of taking these classified documents which you've located and go, well, let's not do that again, and locking them up somewhere, his own aides, that sounds sus. And that's a totally understandable statement. It's also very interesting that his own press secretary can't even answer questions coherently about this particular topic. She gets mad, she gets frustrated, and she just kind of storms out of the room. We've seen that the other day as well. It says Biden faced widespread scrutiny when the information about misplaced classified documents was released. He had previously been critical of Donald Trump for holding on to classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago home in Florida, but he admitted on January 12th to storing documents in his home and personal library. Didn't we also find documents next to his Corvette in his garage? Is that the same home that his son Hunter Biden paid like $50,000 a month for rent? For rent? Oh, that's a story for another time, I guess. It's very interesting to see this, and especially the hypocrisy, especially the fact that Biden criticized so much Donald Trump, and then we have the raids, and we have all of that stuff. I've done videos about that already. But it's amazing to see this, the way that it's unfolding, and I don't think that it's done by accident. I think it's done on purpose. I believe that there's an agenda here, but I just don't know what it is yet. I guess time will tell. In my personal opinion, I believe that he's a political risk for them possibly, and they just want him to just possibly step down and either bring in the vice president as the president, or maybe they got somebody else in mind to run in his stead in 2024 against Donald Trump, DeSantis, or whomever might be the nominee for 2024 for the Republicans. So who knows? Let's keep watching to see how this unfolds. And it seems like we get something new about this every day. But tell me what you guys think. definitely leave a comment down below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic. As always, be civil in the comments, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks.